Hello, and thank you so much for getting the Vivienne pattern. So I'm so excited about this because it's my first beginner pattern. So I'm really happy. So I try to make like this the most easy way possible and also with things that you have at home. So you don't need a serger or overlock machine if you don't have to. And we're gonna finish everything the most easy way possible. Also, we do have like a little bias tape info because we do have to close the shoulder line with that. I think it looks much better and it is a cool technique to learn. So if you're a beginner, I hope this is fun and also like a good reason to learn something new. So if you never apply or use a bias tape, I'm gonna show you how to do it. So yeah, let's get started. So after you cut your pattern pieces, please double check the scale and also that the printer doesn't have anything done. So a few pieces are on fold, this meaning that you have to fold your fabric. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. So for the pieces that are on fold, you have to place them where the fold is, really close to the edge. We're gonna do this with all the pieces that said fold and where the pieces said fold. As for the back strap, like it says on fold, but I actually don't have enough fabric, so I'm cutting double of this and then I'm gonna sew it together. I'm gonna show you guys because you may have not enough fabric. So after we're done all this, we can get started with our pattern pieces. What I like to do is start with the loops that are made from the corset that is behind. Also, don't forget to mark all your notches and where the loops should go. You can actually mark everything that is in the pattern. I would recommend you to do that. We're gonna start by doing the loops. I actually like to do this first before anything. And these are gonna be our main corsets. And we're gonna fold at the middle and press with the iron. So we're putting together the right side of the fabric. And then we're gonna fold again at the middle and we're gonna press. And this is our first loop. Now we're gonna sew and do everything the same for the 6 of them. Before I get started, I'm changing my needle. So if you have a delicate fabric like me, I recommend you to do this. So we're gonna start by sewing the loops, the part that we have open, and we're gonna do that with the 6 of them. Once we finish with that step, we're gonna fold this together and sew like this. So we're gonna put one on top of the other and we're gonna sew. So after I do the loops, I like to do the straps. This is more the most tedious part for me. So I actually like to do this at the beginning. You can do whatever you want to, but we're gonna go ahead and start with the shoulder straps. So we're gonna put the right side of the fabric together at the middle of the strap like this. And we're gonna press all around the strap and do the same with the both of them. So now we're gonna start with the edge that we close and we're gonna pull the fabric towards the inside. So you have to do this with all the straps. So it's really helpful if you have a tool like this, like really thin. And you're gonna do this until you reach the other edge of the fabric. Now you have to pull so you can get out the right side of the fabric. Be really patient because this is like the worst part. But once you have that, you have to just go ahead and press both straps. Now we're gonna go with the back strap. This is the one that we have for the corset. So remember that we cut this double because I didn't have enough fabric. So now we're gonna put it together to make the longest strap. Actually, when I was a beginner, I hated to do straps. So you can actually replace this with a ribbon. It's really up to you. So I'm gonna put the right sides of the fabric together and sewn just to put together the long strap. After we're done that, we're gonna do basically the same that we did for the shoulder strap. So we're putting the fronts together and then we're gonna sew from one edge and then the other one we're gonna keep it open and we're gonna pull the fabric. So once we're gonna pull the fabric out, this is gonna take a lot of time. So I would recommend you to go slow and have patience. Again, if you don't want to do this, you just go ahead and gut a little bit of your fabric and go to the local store and find a ribbon or something that you like that is pretty much the same color. I actually also like to use sometimes bias for the back as ribbons. So once you pull out the right side of the fabric, you're gonna go ahead and press all the strap. Started with the front piece. So first of all, we're gonna do the hem to the top of the top. This is how the top looks like when we cut something on full. So we're gonna go and open the top and it's gonna be the same, but we don't have like a line at the middle. Remember that we also have marked where the loops should go. So this is how the top looks like. I'm gonna show you guys just so you know what we're gonna do with the shoulder strap and how the drape should go. So with the raw side, we're gonna do a double fold hem. So we're gonna fold once and then we're gonna fold again. So we're putting inside the right side of the fabric towards the wrong side of the fabric. We're gonna fold once and sew and then we're gonna fold again and sew again. Actually, what I like to do is when I fold the first time, I like to press with the iron and then fold again and press with the iron. How it looks like. I actually like to finish with a press. Actually, what we have to do right now is to create the drape. You can also guide yourself by the peppy pattern. So we're gonna put the wrong sides of the fabric together just like this, both sides of the shoulders, and we're gonna sew. What we're doing right now is creating the drape form. Once we finish with the front, we're gonna do exactly the same for the back. So we're gonna do as we did for the front, we're gonna do a double folded hem and then we're gonna put the drape together. assemble the corset. So we're gonna start with the front fabric from the right side. So and we're gonna place the loops like this. Remember that we have 3 loops for each side of the top. You can actually do this with less loops. It does depend on you. I actually use 2 and I really like it. So we're gonna position the loops just like this on the top and we're gonna sew. Attach the loops. Now we're gonna put the fronts together and attach the back to the front. You can actually guide yourself for the marks you did for the loops on the back. So we're sewing the right size of the fabric together. Now we're gonna put the right size of the fabric together from the shoulder line to create the shoulders. So we're gonna put the shoulders together, the back and the front from both sides. You can now turn over your top and see how it looks like. It actually should be able to fit correctly. So I will give it a try on and see if you like it or if you want to change something. Now we're going to go ahead and do something with that raw edges. So you can actually do right now overlock or do zigzag stitch. That is what I'm going to do. You're going to do this with all your raw edges. So basically the side seams and also the shoulder seams. I'm doing this with my normal machine that it has zigzag stitch. You can also do this with your overlock machine. That we're gonna press towards one side the seams that we just created. For the side seams that has the loops, we're pushing the seam towards the front side of the pattern, just like this. This is gonna create that the loops stay untouched for the back. We're gonna do a simple stitch or a secure stitch from the right side of the fabric to secure that seam that we just pressed. So we're gonna do this with the shoulder seams and the side seams. And this is how the outside of the fabric should look like. We're gonna do the same with the shoulders. Now we're gonna close the shoulder hole. So right now we're gonna use a bias tape and we need to know how much we need. So I actually use this measurement tape just to know how much I need. And I go to my local store and choose the one that has the better color. We're gonna open one side of the bias just like this and push the edge towards the inside. What we're gonna do is just to close the hem of the shoulders. I'm gonna place the bias towards the right side of the fabric just like this around the armhole. So the bias that we have open before is the one that's gonna be placed around the armhole and the other one is gonna be still closed. We're gonna sew following the line of the open bias. reach the other side of the bias, what we're gonna do is just to extend a little bit the one that we have. So we're gonna put one in top of the other, and then we're gonna cut and close. What we're gonna do now, once we did that, we're gonna cover the raw edges and we're gonna double one time the bias tape. You're gonna help yourself with the iron, is much better. And once we did that, we're gonna do it again just to hide the bias from the outside. So you're gonna double two times the bias tape. Once and then again, just like this. Sew, and I actually like to do this from the inside so I am able to see the bias tape. So we're gonna repeat the same process with both arms. And this is how it's gonna look like from the outside and the inside of the fabric. Now we're gonna touch the shoulder straps. So we're gonna put 1 centimeter from the inside and press it, and then we're gonna place it at the middle of the shoulder line. With that seam looking towards down. We're gonna do the same for both straps because one goes from each side of the shoulder. So we're gonna do the same for the other side, and I actually like to sew this like in a cross style box first and then cross. You're gonna be able to see better right now. Now we're doing the hem, and we're doing exactly the same that we did before. So we're folding once and then we're gonna fold again and press with the iron. This is our final step. Now we're gonna touch the strap that goes from the back. So if you actually want to replace this, you can go ahead and measure how much you need of another ribbon or something. If you're gonna use this one, I'm gonna suggest you to use a safety pin, just it goes better with the corset. We're gonna put at one edge and then to the other also. I like to do this, the safety pin, and then we're gonna go ahead and get our corset and pass through the back side of the top the corset. I actually recommend you to lose it like a lot because we don't have a zipper or anything. It's better when you're gonna put it on. So I just passed through only 2 loops just because it's better just to put it on, like I said, and we can go ahead and try it on. I think you will actually love this, guys. You can actually use it loose or adjust it. It just depends on you. You can use the straps off the top so many ways, and I really hope you love it and enjoy the Vivienne top. Thank you so much for getting the pattern.